Global Karma. During a meditation at your July 2010 course, I channeled a little note about world leaders and group karma. There is a separate plane in the spirit world for governments, where great minds can enter and negotiate with world leaders who have passed away. They can change the things on the ground for good, but they are only allowed to change what is from the heart. They can negotiate and whisper in the ear of their ancestors, and they love this. In such a way, they can create the most magnificent change in thinking. They can converse and work for a peaceful outcome, which isn't based on power but on love, balance, and making things right. The world leaders all have their guides, but they don't often listen to them. Yet this is changing for the better. If these leaders started doing regressions, it would help and then filter down to create a massive change, releasing a lot of energy and karma and healing on a huge scale. This is true even for dictators considered to be cruel and brutal. If they started regressing, healing, and raising their vibration, then the whole situation that they created would be released. All the leaders are in a little pocket joined together by group karma, and as soon as one begins, they will all be released into a higher vibration here on the ground as well as in the spirit world. Therefore, the trouble that was their energy will be released peacefully and without any further ego. Energy will be released peacefully and without any further ego. If people were trained to do hypnotism and regression as part of a treatment for terrorists, it would create a shift on a massive scale. It would prevent future situations from happening. They can regress them to get to the karmic root cause and then heal it. This can even be done to the people who work for them, so that healing can occur up the line. Even the leaders considered to be evil have had many spirit helpers who were trying to release healing energy. This would have been their other path in life, had they not chosen the paths they did. Bethany, of course, politicians and world leaders are spiritual beings. We all are. We have the same spiritual helpers and advisors as they do, whether guides, masters, angels, wise beings, or whatever we want to name these emanations of the divine. Many governmental officials, however, are close-minded about the spiritual realm. Ego and pride prevent them from opening up to the possibilities. Unbeknownst to Bethany, I have been working for many years with politicians and leaders from all over the planet. We work confidentially. Progress is slow, but it is steady. There is hope. This development is not limited to the political sphere, it encompasses many other traditionally left-brained and logical professions too. In the next story, an attorney relates her own account of overcoming her doubts and awakening to her higher nature. When we are open, she writes, there is always a way for the universe to show its truth. Let her words be a way. Cloud consciousness. We are all spiritual beings living in human forms. Under hypnosis, we are able to tap into our inner selves and to know our true nature better. One may question the validity of images, past lives, or future lives that are revealed. At first, I also had doubts. Nevertheless, when we are open, there is always a way for the universe to show its truth. This is a step in my own process of awakening, which has transformed my life. Dr. Brian Weiss's hypnosis program has not only benefited individuals in their healing but has also opened up a deep ocean of knowledge about the universe, which is beneficial to human evolution at large. My own hypnotherapy subjects have taught me about the coexistence of multiple dimensions, how our thoughts create and affect realities, the law of karma, the possibility of change, and the effect realities, the law of karma, the possibility of change, and the interrelatedness of all beings and events. As Saint Augustine said, miracles are not contrary to nature, but only contrary to what we know about nature. Before I learned hypnosis from Dr. Weiss at Omega Institute in 2005, I had an unbelievable experience in Hong Kong. Out of curiosity, I had my first hypnosis session with a psychic called Jackie, who was recommended by my friend, in April 2005. While I was expecting to experience some past lives, to my surprise I witnessed and felt myself as part of the clouds with consciousness. I was without any gender but in a white, transparent form. When Jackie asked who I was, I answered calmly, I am a goddess. She asked me what I was doing, and I replied, I am flying amongst the mountains, making sure that the plants have sunlight and rain. How do you know that you are a goddess? I am elevated in the air, and I see tiny people from the ground asking for my help. Some are bowing to me, and some are simply praying. But I can only motivate other people to help them. I cannot do it directly, for it will scare them. As a lawyer, I have never thought of saying or experiencing something like this, and so my logical mind thought it must have been just a dream. Jackie told me that it was not, but rather that it was an example of Divic consciousness. What is Divic consciousness? I asked. She radiated a beautiful smile, looked at the top of my head, and hugged me. Of the angels. I see many angels over your head. I later browsed the internet for the term. One article that resonated with me said that our evolution may be in biological form like animals, in Divic form, like natural forces, the winds, the clouds, and the rain, and from other stars, souls with higher wisdom from other planets. These evolutions are interchangeable. With what I learned from Dr. Weiss, I became aware of my true self and my abilities, and I have used these skills to help others awaken, know their life purpose, heal themselves through understanding the law of karma, and, above all, raise the consciousness of many people. All these are beneficial to mankind. In one regression that I conducted, a woman called me described being in a forest being, back home. She felt incredibly happy there. I asked her what she saw. She saw many transparent white beings, millions. They are smaller than a rose. They have transparent wings. Are you one of them? Yes, she whispered. I've no sex, I'm neutral. My name is Arono. Do you belong to a particular tree or plant? No, we work together as a group. When we see that a tree needs energies, we give energies to it collectively. We protect nature. I asked her if she had any messages to relay. She replied, we are of a higher vibration that gives energies to the trees and plants. We form a supportive network of energies to merge with the vibration of the earth. In this network, there is no competition, only cooperation and happiness. We work together. We communicate through telepathy. We are all transparent, there is no hiding, no cheating, only honesty and peace. Our energies are pure. Are you different from the clouds? I could be clouds, she said. It is just a thought form. I asked May if she knew anything about the year 2012. She responded, about that time, there is a change on Earth, climate change, energy change, wind, rain. We need to cooperate. Humans need to cooperate with us. I questioned what could be done. Learn to look at your inner self, she said. Look at your heart. Keep aware and change. There is no law or unwritten contract. You can manifest. 10 to 20 years ago, many masters came to Earth to help. They are higher beings, most of the babies these days are higher beings. They are happy and content, and many of them are psychics. Parents have to learn from their babies. They have special vibrations never known on this earth, and they've come to help. The parents live in a competitive world, but these babies are non-competitive. They can feel the inner heart of adults. They've come to awake our inner ability. She added, I remember that my mission is to deliver a message from the source. I brought her toward the source, and then asked her to describe it. Golden light, she said. It is a sense of being. I can't see the vibration. It can be big, it can be small. Being can happen without a physical body. The source is where all the universes come from. It is just knowing, a consciousness, expanding energies. In human language, it means light in a space. But there is no dimension. It only exists. What messages does it have for you? When we change, the world will change. We don't need to work so hard. When we change, the world will change. We don't need to work so hard. In 100 years' time, humans will not need any devices. Not many people can align with the energies from the source. I can hold the original vibration, absorb it, carry it, and affect humans with it. My vibrations will affect the vibrations of my surroundings. People come to you because they are attracted to your energies. They are just like clouds, we are like a tree. People come and rest under our shadow, and they go. Just give them energies. When we need energies, absorb it from the source and give to the rest of the world. This is what receiving and giving means. The energies from the source are abundant. I am the source and part of it. It is expanding, and so am I. Assist others. When we are confused, go to the source, restore, and feel the energies. Feel stronger. Help others to find their true self, because not everyone can align with the source. Be patient with humans. Bitterness is normal. We have to learn the emotions of being human, but we should not allow ourselves to be trapped by these emotions, for we are just here to learn. You choose your partner just to experience love. Learn about human relationship and vibrations. It is all part of the learning process. One morning, I had a whim to browse through a book by Sri Aurobindo, an Indian yogi and saint. In one chapter, he mentioned that all natural forces are personal. In other words, all natural forces have consciousness. If we recognize them as fellow conscious beings, just as we ourselves are, we can communicate with them. The scientists cannot control weather because they treat it as simply a dead object. The shamans and people who understand nature relate to it in a different way. They personify the forces, regarding them as friends, and these consciousnesses respond favorably. In fact, many children personify the sun, moon, flowers, and trees and regard them as benevolent companions. Perhaps we are all born with this kind of intuition and kindness. I believe that there are many people who can influence environmental events with their beliefs, and that a collective mind will have exponential effects. Many natural disasters are about to happen for the purpose of great transformation and purification in the near future. If our collective minds believe in and communicate with these physical forces, we will reduce a lot of casualties caused by such disasters. Instead of using scientific equipment to fight against them, we could simply handle them by acknowledging their consciousness and treating them as friends. From ancient knowledge and channeled messages under hypnosis with higher spiritual beings, I have learned that only love and compassion will raise the vibrations of people and learned that only love and compassion will raise the vibrations of people in the land and lessen the effects of these disasters. Dr. Masaru Emoto, an internationally acclaimed researcher on consciousness in water, has discovered evidence of how our thoughts will affect the shapes of water crystals. There is evidence of non-locality of changes, of how our thoughts travel and instantly affect the quantum field. I met Dr. Emoto at a conference, where he joked with me about influencing the earthquakes. I told him that it would be easier to mobilize the wind and rain first. I know that he is more in-depth than what he has disclosed to the world. His research has been criticized by some scientists who say that it is pseudoscience, that there is no 100% proof, and that it could be affected by many other factors. May I ask, when scientists make certain propositions before doing their controlled experiments, can they conclude that there is a 100% proof while ignoring all other factors happening simultaneously in this universe? Perhaps my legal training teaches me otherwise. A lawyer's standard of proof is less than that of a scientist. We do not need 100% proof, we only need to prove, on a balance of probability, or beyond reasonable doubt. An open heart to accept the existence of certain phenomena without negative criticism is a great leap forward to human evolution. Linky, if we are all precipitations from a higher vibrational state, a source energy, then we are all sentient beings and are all connected. Linky is expressing this concept in her thoughts and words, which are echoed by the astounding revelations of modern physics. We are, at our core, consciousness and physicality, some flux of particle and wave, and as we change polarities, some identical flux of particle and wave at the other end of the universe may be experiencing an instantaneous complementary shift of polarity in reaction to our change. We inhabit an amazing cosmos where miracles occur constantly, just beyond our everyday minds. The concepts of religion and spirituality can coincide, but they are not synonymous. Religion can indeed pave the way for great acts of love, charity, and compassion, or it can be used as an excuse for separation, violence, and cruelty. At the heart of all religions, however, is love. The next few stories demonstrate how religion. Soulmate, this is a part of Zindagi Ki Roshni consultancy. It has been established for those who have lost someone and for those who are very sad in their life. About 100 PDF books and 20 short audio books of this topic will be sent to those who join it. This data will be sent to their email or WhatsApp. If you want to join this organization, then please send WhatsApp message to this number.